extensively with motion capture, XR, VR, and real-time 3D production. Are there alternatives to virtual production using LEDs and Unreal Engine? And what works better when?
You know, last year we were here and we talked a lot about LED and Unreal Engine and all the processes, and I got a lot of feedback on this, like, that's really expensive. Is there a better way? And so I got into it and I got started doing research, and I found that there's a projection screen called Black Carbon that actually is amazing, and you can use, as you said, 16-bit projectors at 40,000 and 20,000 lumens, laser projectors that do amazing image renderings. And so using that with the projection mapping and building that as your real-time pipeline and getting 16-bit camera and 16-bit image on the wall gives you perfect, matching of all your things that you previous when you shoot it is going to end up in post exactly like what you saw. And the other part I found was that Foundry developed a new tool called Nuke Stage, which does all the things you want it to do, and then they now have added GripGate, which is an AI solution where it has all the models in it, and you type into it what you want prompted, and it will generate those backgrounds using references, images, or what is called lore, where you have all the distinctive information of how the show needs to look like, the scene needs to look like, the characters need to look like, and then you can generate those environments and shoot it in virtual production.
Is there an advantage or disadvantage to using projection versus LED?
Well, actually, there's a lot of advantages. One, it's easy to set up anywhere, so you don't need to have a dedicated space for it. The cost factor is a lot lower. The setup time is a lot lower, and you don't get moire, which is one of the biggest problems you have with an LED screen. Is that you're at a certain angle, you're looking at the screen, and you've got these wonderful wavy lines going through there, and you're like, huh? And then that messes up the shot. And the other part is, a lot of people are looking at this new gray screen technology that was recently all talked about, $550 million purchase by Netflix. And I said, that's fantastic. And I know why they're using the gray screen. It's the 18% grayscale where the skin tones look perfect. Any photographer who's ever shot stuff will tell you that. And so that's great, but imagine the projection screen is exactly that color tonality. And you can project your environments on that, and you can shoot it in a split frame sequences where one frame is shooting the comp and one frame is shooting gray. So you can see what's happening, and the actors on set are immersed in the environment. So they don't feel like they're acting against just a gray block or a green screen. I think that's the new way of filmmaking that's sort of evolving. And as like everyone on the stage has said, AI is a tool. Learn how to use it, and it's not always going to be your final output, but it could be, and it's just a matter of how much control you have and how much you put into it.
Are you seeing a difference in the amount of light?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, traditionally in the LED stage, you have a lot less control of lighting because you're expecting the LED wall of the environment to light the subject, whereas with the projection screen, you can use all the traditional lighting you use, and as long as you're slightly far away from the screen, you're pretty much set. And it looks pretty clean. We just did a test, and it looks brilliant.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah.